BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
From Judges to Kings, Judges, Ruth, and 1 Samuel books. What friend encouraged you to submit to God's rule over your life? The early history of Israel is in 3 books of the Bible. Once settled in the Promised Land, judges were anointed by God to help the Israelites resolve problems according to God's expectations. For several hundred years, the Israelites prospered when they submitted to God's judges, but suffered when they rebelled against God's rule. Deborah was one of the judges used by God to guide Israel. From her story, we learned that God used women who submit to him as well as men. From the story of Jethro, Samson, and Gideon, we learned that God used people in his service only as long as they remained submitted to his rule over their lives. During this period, we also learned of Ruth, a woman of humble faith who through foreign-born ultimately became an Israelite by marriage to Boaz, a man of humble faith. King David would be a great-grandson of this godly couple. Samson presided over the transition from judges to kings in Israel. Samson was conceived late in life by his mother, Hannah. The child was a blessing from God in response to Hannah's faithful devotion. Filled with gratitude, Hannah dedicated Samson to God's service, and he later succeeded his mentor Eli as judge over Israel. In Samson's old age, the Israelites demanded a king to rule them. Samson warned of a potential problem, but the people insist so that his people would learn from their mistakes. God allowed Samson to anoint Saul as Israel's first king. When Saul eventually began to ignore God, Samuel was told by God to anoint David as the next king. David began with his defeat of the giant Goliath. In the ensuring and the steady transfer of power, David was often encouraged by Jonathan, a son of Saul who loved God as much as David did. Lord, please help us to love submitting to your spiritual authority. Rise up. Let's go. We'll see you